All right, Abraham Froman asks, what are your thoughts on your Bellator career? Did you like being employed by them? What do you think of them now that you're a free agent?
Well, Abraham, I definitely like being employed by Bellator, and I think it's definitely propelled my career as far as being able to become more notarized and for people to recognize my abilities in the ring. And Bellator has definitely been the forerunners to be able to give me that opportunity, and I have nothing but good things to say about them.
What are your chances of getting picked by the UFC?
Right now, I'm hoping that my chances, they definitely are big, and there's a big favor on my side for me to join them eventually, because that is the ultimate dream for me was to eventually be in the UFC. So, I'm not thinking too much about whether I'm going to get picked or not. I just kind of leave it to them, and my management's taking care of that right now. I'm just in the meantime just getting back to my training, being busy, staying active, and this way whenever the opportunity does come and I get the call, I'm pretty much out there just ready to go.
What do you think of Ben Askren and his fighting style?
I think Askren's innovated a very unique style that kind of works for him based on his funk style of wrestling, and then it's been shown to be very very worthy on his side for him to be able to win his fights, and it's very hard to replicate his style as far as being able to train against somebody like Ben Askren because of his very unique funk type of style of wrestling. So, hats off to him as far as his abilities in the ring and as far as being able to utilize his style of wrestling to make it effective and being able to translate it well into the ring.
Obviously, you're a very well-accomplished and skilled fighter. What do you need to do personally to get to the most elite level, or are you already there and you just feel like you need the right opportunity to showcase it?
I'm somebody who's very hard on myself, so I never consider myself to be at any level as far as elite. I always want to put myself at the bottom. This way it gives me that element of always wanting to work hard to get to the top. As far as what it takes to get there, I think there's a lot of discipline, a lot of consistency, and just really going out there and just putting in the work and time, because a lot of people, to be honest, they say that they want to be at an elite level and that they want to make it to the top, but not a lot of people are willing to do the work and everything that's involved in being able to make it to the top. So to be honest, I think it's just about the dedication and how much of yourself you commit for you to be able to just put all the time in towards your training to be at an elite level.
Okay. Forum member Jojo asks, since it was your first loss and for your title, is the Askren fight the loss that haunts you the most?
Well, Jojo, I don't think it haunts me. I've definitely been able to sit back and just assimilate that fight and the experience that came with it. You just got to take the fight just like you would anything else in life that's going to better you and benefit you as a person individually. And in this case for me, it's just been that I've learned from that fight a lot, and it's definitely something that's motivated me to go out there and just make sure that something in the same fashion won't happen again. But a fight's a fight, and this is the life of a fighter. There's only two possibilities: you either win or you lose. So there's something that's not really bothering me or it's haunting in a bad way necessarily, but it's definitely been something that's been sort of a thorn on my side in a very positive manner, and it's definitely helped me to motivate me, to propel me to make sure I do my best in my fights.
Where do you plan to fight next, and is the UFC a possible destination for you?
I got my sights on the UFC right now, but like I said, I've been telling a lot of people is that I'm just sitting back, just putting in the training and keeping my mind focused more on training and all the mat time right now versus trying to just look too much towards trying to get the call from the UFC. I'm just kind of keeping my head low, training really hard, so this way whenever the opportunity does present itself, I'm ready to go.
Who do you think will finally dethrone Askren?
It's a hard one to say right now. I think anybody who goes out there with the tenacity to go out there and just really utilize what they're best at and just throw their hands and let loose against somebody who's a top wrestler is going to have the chance of beating Askren right now. I think Askren, the more he fights and the longer he's in training, he's actually evolving, which is actually very interesting to watch and very good to see that somebody who, when he first started, knew nothing about fighting, to this day now he's definitely improved his level of athleticism, his level of ground and pound skills, and many other things that attribute to him being a champion right now. But honestly, anybody who goes out there has a puncher's chance against somebody who's a wrestler and knows his only thing that he's dangerous at.
What do you think about Alvarez versus Bellator?
Man, I don't know. I don't know too much about what's going on as far as the progress of the situation with Alvarez. The only thing I know is that it's just kind of unfortunate to see somebody of his skill, of his caliber, and somebody who's a great fighter just being on the shelf right now and just wasting away when he's in his prime.